All right, welcome to another Duskmourn draft. We're going to do traditional best of 3 draft. Done about 3 so far, maybe 4. They've all been pretty fun, so I'm optimistic. Red does seem somewhat concerningly strong, but hopefully it'll balance out in time. Let's have a look while we're waiting. I was going to bring up the 17 lands data, have a look at some of the top performing cards. All right, yes, so we've got a bunch of rares. Uncommon, Sheltered by Ghosts, Beastie Beatgown, Midnight Mayhem, Under the Skin, Flood Pit's Drowner. Okay, all right. Bunch of uncommons. Conductive Machete up there. Arabella, the Unnerving Grasp. Having a look at common. Oh yes, the Clockwork Percussionist. Do like this one. It's really, really good. Vanish from Sight, Bashful Beastie, Manifest Dread. Whole range of different cards there. Say its name. I think the win rate seemed to be pretty balanced from the early data. So was it deck color data? And so what have we got? 2 colors. Demir at 54.2, Gruul at 59.8, so I think that's in the lead. But Simic at 58, Boros at 58. Is it at 53? But that might just be because it's a bit hard to work out. In any case, we've got a draft. Let's draft. Yeah, I've been finding red pretty good. I drafted a pretty average red-white deck that was just fairly good at finishing games. I lost in the finals, actually due to a misplay on my part. Seemed pretty easy to make it work. Had all the pieces at common. So speaking of which, from this pack, I'm probably just going to select the Scorching Dragonfire. As I said, been pretty impressed by red, and this is best red common in my opinion. Just very flexible removal spell. Exile is very relevant. It's particularly good. The rare's a bit of a dud, just a 2-mana 2/2 essentially most of the time. Veteran Survivor's fine. If you're in white, 2/1, you very rarely get it to survive, so that's not triggering that very often. This is a good room, the Bottomless Pool. 1 mana bounce, and then the other side is good upside. I have really enjoyed playing with the rooms deck. Like, you just having a couple of rooms is great as just a mana sink because you just don't run out of gas. The Infection's pretty decent. The black's pretty hard to make it work. Patrick Beastie is also fine. Fairly nice thing to manifest dread. You can just flip up a 3/3 for 1 mana. We took Scorching Dragonfire, and now we get past Rip and the Jolly Balloon Man. There's also Under the Skin, very strong card. At some point, I want to draft a Say Its Name deck. There's also this Razorkin Horde Caller, which is pretty strong. So I think here it's kind of between the Balloon Man and the Horde Caller, just to stay on color here. I think Under the Skin may be slightly more powerful. I don't even know that at this stage, but it could be. Like, if this was pack 1, pick 1, I think it'd be a good consideration for Under the Skin. I've taken Scorching Dragonfire. It was still fine. Like, red-green is a pretty good archetype. The real question is, are we feeling like Balloon Man, which is pretty good? I think I'm just going to take the Horde Caller and stay open. This card is very solid. Was it on that list of going through? I go back to that list of top cards. Wondering if it was on there. Razorkin Horde Caller. It was like the top 10 in the set. So there you go. Look, here's the combo with the Jolly Balloon Man. I had this combo in my deck when I played that red-white deck, and unfortunately I never got it to come up. But essentially, you can copy the attack in the box, makes it a 1/1 flyer. You attack, you give it +4/+0, so it's like 5 in the air with a sacrifice thing, which is pretty decent. I think I'm probably just going to take the Glassworks here. Stick to red so far. It's got room synergy. It's just a decent removal spell. And the other side is fairly relevant in a late game. You get them to 3 or 4 life, and then they've just got, 4 turns to find an answer for it. We'll take that here. And then I'm pretty open to everything. Like, red is so flexible. I could just be in any color. Red, blue, red, white, red, green, red, black. Any of those, be happy with. We'll see what the draft gives us. So I'm probably not going to take a red card here. In the preference, I have no early drops, so I could consider like the Cartographer. It's a pretty decent too. I'm not like sure I want to move into green for it. I'm not really considering these 2 red cards. They're pretty unplayable. I think it's kind of between Glimmer Seeker, the Cartographer, the Tunnel Surveyor. I can see arguments for all of those. The Glimmer Seeker possibly the most powerful, but it's also a 3, and I want 2s in this deck. So I'm going to take the House Cartographer. This is really close. I could definitely see the Glimmer Seeker being the better pick. I'll try not to put too much weight on green here. That said, there is 0 wide in this next pack. We've got a Growing Dread, but I'm pretty red, so I'm not really into that. Infernal Phantom I haven't actually seen on the battlefield yet, so I don't really know how good it is. Ticket Booth is playable. I wouldn't be excited about it. Spineseeker Centipede could be the best card here, but in straight red-green, it's pretty boring. So the real question is, do I want to stick with just like a generic red card and take like Ticket Booth or this Phantom, or branch out into a slightly more powerful, potentially lane? I guess I'll take the Centipede here. Look, if you hit the upside, it's very high upside. So here, the only red card is this Rooms card, and I'm not really angling down the Rooms lane currently. Trapped in the Screen is probably, like, it's great removal. I could splash it. There's also this Paranormal Analyst, which if you are manifesting Dread is really strong. Kind of curious to take the Analyst here. Maybe like blue-green. We saw the Manifest Dread card before. Maybe blue-green is open. We end up splashing red. Blue-green can splash pretty easily, so I think the upside on this card might make it worth the pick there. And so here I can just take another green card. Yeah, this could get interesting. Oh, this is a very strong card, the Fear of Being Hunted. If you're on the play and you can eat their like Paranormal Analyst they play, you can back it up with giving it First Strike, Must Be Blocked, is just a very strong card. Marvin Wield, so did the Branch Snapper, which I might actually take here. I don't think I'm just into a generic 2/2. The thing is, if we are manifesting Dread, then the Branch Snapper is really nice to have. Just like good to have big creatures in your Manifest Dread decks. There was one other green card in this pack when we opened it, so that's decent. Okay. So does it say its name and a rip? If we wanted to splash the rip, I think I'll take the say its name. One day I'll get the dream of Altenac and 3 say its names. I don't know if today is that day, but we may as well try. This is playable if we need a playable. This is fixing if we need fixing. I think at this point it's worth taking it over the red card. We don't know where we're going to end up. And then this is a 2-drop again if we need it. It has types. So at the end of pack 1, we're not really settled anywhere. We've got some options. Our most powerful cards are still probably red, green. Yeah, we don't have a clear standout yet. We're going into pack 2 being pretty flexible about where we want to go. So there's an enchantment land, it's just any color. There's another Spineseeker Centipede. The 2 red cards I'm not as interested in, so I think I'm kind of looking between those. This is better when you've got eerie payoffs. It is just, it's quote unquote free fixing, but I think I might take the Centipede here. Kind of looks like maybe we wanted to be doing some splashing around, and otherwise the lands we were wanting to pick up that are tapped are like the Terramorphic Expanses, since that works better with Delirium. So most valuable Slayer is a very strong card. It's either that or the Bleeding Woods, again for fixing. It's hard to weigh up how valuable the Slayer is going to be. It's good, but I also like fixing. I think I'm going to take the fixing here. Could be wrong. This might just be a clear valuable Slayer in a day or so. It's obvious, but we'll take the fixing for the moment. I was kind of curious about whether or not we can get Manifest Dread deck going with that, so we're not actually being passed any Manifest Dread cards. There's Break Down the Door, which I think is like playable, but I'm not excited about. Turn Inside Out is a great card. Kind of better when you've got the 1-drops and stuff to trade off with it. So I think I'm just going to be a sucker and take the dual land again, and then I'll feel happy about like any splashes we do. I'll hopefully get something back out of that pack. So now Wildfire Wickerfolk or a second Scorching Dragonfire. There's also Paranormal Analyst, but given that we don't really have the support for the first one, I really like Scorching Dragonfire. The Wickerfolk is very strong though, and we're definitely red-green. I think I'm going to take the Wickerfolk. At this point, I've got 1, 2 removal spells. It's close. Really depends what we end up with later in the draft. We might end up with a bunch of removal, in which case the Wickerfolk is a great pickup, or we might end up just like no one's in red green. We get all of the uncommons, and then we wish we had a couple more pieces of the red removal that like everyone can take. This pack is less exciting. The Ticket Booth has the Manifest Dread. The Flesh Burrower is just a decent 2. So the Burrow is good with the Branch Snapper because Death Touch Trample is nice. We have a lot of 2s already, so I might want some late game action. I don't know whether I feel good or bad about taking the first one out as a set. Like, would I now prefer to have a Scorching Dragonfire? Like, instants, we've only got 1. We might be a bit low on instants. And I'm definitely taking it. We're going into like red-green. The option of splashing this blue if we want. So another Say Its Name. There's also a Trial of Agony, but I think I'm just going to take this Turn Inside Out now. The cheap instant that gets into the graveyard, Manifest Dread, helps fill the library. And if I get past another Say Its Name and an Altenac, I'll be a bit sad, but... Alright, Terramorphic is great. Just land into the graveyard. And we've still got really good fixing. Doesn't even need to be for blue necessarily. Have a think about what we might want to splash. It is best of 3, so I could consider taking like a Chandelier. I think I'm just going to take this expensive removal spell. Do I run a Branch Snapper or a Survivor? Take a second Branch Snapper. I don't love it. Probably won't end up playing it, but it's there if we need it. Bear Trap. as a bad way to get an artifact in the yard. I think we can do better. I think the 4/4 is a bit better here. Whoa! We the only red drafter? Take a screenshot of that. I was like, oh, there's a grasping long neck there. We could put that in our deck. Yeah, the bashful beastie is okay. So if there wasn't a scorching dragonfire here, then I might be tempted to splash this thing. As it is, there is. So I think we can just take the dragonfire. It's like dragonfire versus betrayer's bargain. I don't really have things I want to sacrifice at the moment. So the extra cost, I think, is going to be a bit high. Be happy with another dragonfire. And then our deck is pretty set. Like, I'd be looking for a couple more, like the 1-mana Clockwork Percussionist I'd be interested in. Just more like cheap creatures, especially cheap creatures with types or the ones that trade off. So there's the Clockwork Percussionist I was talking about. There's also an Undead Sprinter. Which I could splash. I don't really have that many ways to get it into the graveyard, unfortunately. So it's probably not worth stretching the mana base. I don't think the payoff is worth it. Also, there's a Clockwork Percussionist in this pack, which seems really strong for us. And then, yeah, like I'd play an attack in the box in this deck. This is my third draft where I've got past like this Enduring Courage quite late. I think people are just not appreciating red at the moment. So Paranormal Analyst did not get there. Enduring Courage. There's another Clockwork Percussionist. These work really well with the turn Insides Out, so I would like to pick up another couple of those. Also, Frantic Strength is not embarrassing in this kind of deck. Your opponents are almost be forced to block. It's an enchantment which often goes to the graveyard. So I'd be happy to pick up one of those, but you take the Clockwork first. Another Say Its Name is Vengeful Possession. It is best of 3. So do I have any sacrifice? Not yet. I think I'll just take the Say Its Name. I don't even know if I'm going to play it, but I kind of reached playables already, and look, there's a dream. There's a dream that I get one more on a Altenac. So it's Most Valuable Slayer v Razorkin Horde Caller here. I really like the Slayer, but I think the Horde Caller is slightly better. This bigger body. I mean, I guess this gives things haste anyway. That's a close one. Violent Urge. What's my instant? I've now got 5 instants. Only 1 sorcery. I really don't like this trick. I know some people are quite high on it. I just can't quite figure out. Am I meant to take the sorcery that's worse than the Dragonfire, or just play? No, I'm just playing 4 Dragonfires. So I don't really want any of these. If I was to want something, it might be card draw. Attack in the box or an enchantment creature. Enchantment's at 4. What's my artifact at? My artifact's probably higher. Artifact's at 5. Yeah, I'll take the Grasping Longneck. Wow, the Gremlin Chamber is also a very strong card. Take an uncommon for the collection. I've already got a Bashful Beastie in the sideboard, but I'm never going to splash. Oh, whatever. Give someone a gift. Give someone a dual land last. Yeah, deck turned out pretty strong. So 7, 14, 15, 16. That's 17. I could consider going to 16. How many say its names? How many branch snappers? Do I want ticket booth? So like cards. So these are the cards up here that I'd consider cutting probably. All of these. Impossible Inferno is probably okay. The Friendly Teddy is a bit dubious, but it is a 2. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, probably just need to play the Friendly Teddy on in terms of curving out. I've got triple Spine Seeker Centipede. So I think I can probably trim a land, especially because I've got 2 jewels. And it's probably going to be green, I assume, because I'm also going to play one of these branch snappers. So say we cut the Survivor. Cut a branch snapper. I've got a lot of plays on 3 already, so not much point for manifesting dread, apart from just having an enchantment, but I think that's pretty bad. So I could do this. That looks okay to me. So I've got 1 to say its name. Could consider playing 2. I don't actually know how good it's going to be. Many Scorching Dragonfires. Many Spine Seeker Centipedes. Oh, yeah, what was my sorcery count actually at? Only 1. You know what? I think I might want to play this second one. It's pretty good if I get to Delirium in this deck. All my Spine Seeker Centipedes turn on. The Impossible Inferno turns on. I've got 2 Wicker Folks. I think the second to say its name is entirely defensible. So, could cut Impossible Inferno then. I know I just said it was good with say its name, or good with Delirium, but I think it's between the Inferno and maybe like the Friendly Teddy. But as I said, I just want 2s. So I think I'm just going to cut the Inferno. We can bring it in if we're facing big things. Let's take a screenshot of the deck. I'll add to deck so we can add it to the stream. Let's go. All right, there's the deck, set as current. See how we go. Last time I had a red-green deck, I think I punted a few points and also played against a really good deck. So I only ended up 1-2, but it was a pretty good deck. It was kind of like this deck, to be honest. Slightly fewer Scorching Dragonfires. All right, we're going to play first. We're going to keep... Are we going to do Percussionist on 1? Yeah, I think so. There's a chance even that we can get them low enough that this will come in untapped. We do this on 1, and we do this on 2. That's 5 damage. Unless they have a really good blocker. Whoa, jeez. All right, this is gonna be this is a speedy start. I reckon we're getting an untapped land here. Okay. So I think I'm probably just gonna Scorching Dragonfire this. Bash. And then this comes in untapped in case they want to try and kill one of my creatures. I think we're going to win before we get to Delirium here. Sure. Okay, I think I want to do 2 and 1 rather than just Glassworks this thing. So play a Wickerfolk, which will put an artifact and a creature, and then I'll just be down and just be wanting a land. Because I can also manifest dread. Yes, this is decent. I'm going to just attack with these. It's got to check you don't have lethal with this this card. A couple of times last time I had a lethal attack and then didn't realize it. So if I put a sorcerer in my yard, then that should do it. So we just attack with them. They probably just have a kill spell for the Wickerfolk. Yeah. Fine. Then we get to just play a 3/3 that fetches a land. Now they need some kind of sweeper, probably. Okay. All right, well, let's just bash. They might have another removal spell for the centipede here. Which means that they technically die. Oh, okay. Well, they still die, but that was nice. So I can just play the glasswork side of things here. Wow, that was... It was turn 5. Turn 5 kill. Yikes. Black-green, graveyardy stuff. Scorching Dragonfire seems amazing. Like I said, they have a ton of big creatures I could consider the Inferno. Like if they've got a ton of 4 toughness creatures that I see this game that Dragonfire can't kill. On the play, on the draw, Scorching Dragonfire gets better. I think it's pretty similar. They'll probably bring in a lot more cheap creatures to try and deal with the aggressive creatures anyway, so... Do 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 do. Do 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 do. No 1-drop this time. I think I'm just going to jam this Wildfire Wickerfolk into it. Gives me 2 types in the yard. If they trade off and play something that's susceptible to a fear of being hunted, then I could eat it. Oh, Brood Spinner, okay. Well, they've reached Delirium pretty quickly if they want. Yeah, wow. So it's not mana efficient, but kind of tempted just to Scorching Dragonfire this thing because it's not going to be mana efficient next turn either. I'm kind of doing 1 spell. So could do a Fear of Being Hunted. This is forced to block it. Doesn't really get me anywhere. Could also display Grasping Longneck and threaten 2 4/2s. Yeah, it's going to Scorching Dragonfire it. There might be a sequence that means there's a slightly better play there. Yeah, see, I'd prefer... Okay, well, now they just get to sacrifice this thing, which is unfortunate. Oh, they can sack it to destroy the fear of being hunted. Oh, all right, well, I kind of want to wait till they're tapped out then. So I've got instant and this. So I'm missing enchantment. I don't really want to give them a target for this thing yet. So I think we're just going to do the Spine Seeker Centipede here. A little bit of deck thinning. Okay, so they're missing lands, that tells me. Otherwise they would have just kept this in hand to play it. So they've got 2 spells. Oh, wow, that was a huge draw. I mean, it's pretty likely they have like a murder or something, but the upside is good enough that I think we just want to go for it. We'll see if it's a murder. Oh, Winter's Intervention. Okay. Guess if they have another spectral whatever it is here, then that's pretty decent. Okay. I don't want to give them a target for this fungus, so I'm just going to attack. Let's attack. I think I can throw away a 1/1 here. If for an extra 4 points of damage. Because most likely they're just going to block this Horde Caller and sacrifice it. Oh, they've got the Live or Die? Okay. That's pretty good. Good ambush. Should have kept the land. I was considering it. Because it would have given me Delirium here, and I don't really want the extra lands. Yeah, that's annoying. Guess I'll discard the... I don't know who's better on board at the moment. Yeah, I should definitely have kept that land. Yeah, all right. So we'll discard... Maybe... Their cards are higher impact, so I'm going to discard the Teddy and play the Grasping Longneck. So I pretty much got punished for everything that I did there. Playing the land first. The Wickerfolk Thresher. Okay. Yeah, that could be pretty decent. Good turn to play this Fear of Being Hunted. The question is, am I attacking with the Grasping Longneck as well? And I think the answer is no. I don't really want to just give them freebies. So it's attack with the Fear, and now they either chuck the Wickerfolk in front of it, or they lose the fungus. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So our opponent is definitely an advantage right now. They have 18 life. They're a later game deck. They're drawing cards off this thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll trade that thing. Oh, I probably should have attacked with the gremlin too. Get that 1 point of damage in. So now we need to like draw. We don't even have that much top end. A 3/3 is okay. 3/3 with deck thinning. 2, 4, 6. Don't have that many things, but whatever. Yeah, I'll keep 2 lands in hand at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty nice here. 3/1 lines up quite well against our board, surprisingly. Oh, say its name. Okay. And now I just get back the Razorkin Horde Caller. Or something better. I could mill. Oh, I've got the second. Oh, and the Glimmer. I think the Horde Caller is still better here, unfortunately. We attack with this and this. Pity we milled 2. We milled the Horde Caller and the Enduring Courage. We both want to draw. They kept on top. Okay. That's pretty strong. Now we just jam with everything. I actually don't know if I jam with the centipede. So they kept 1 on top. So I'm definitely attacking with these. The question is whether or not I attack with the centipede. If they put that there and this here, then they're taking 3, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's probably just jam with everything and make some unfavorable trades. So this card that is on top is good. Okay. I don't know why they kept it, but they knew what it was. I was going to say it's probably like Valgavoth Onslaught or something. That would have been a good one at that point. The Wolves. Yeah, it's fine. They took a mulligan. Got all their colors. How do I turn these TVs off? Aha! Well, lands are not what we want to draw. Ooh, they could kill our thing and we manifest dread, and then that would be great. Or they could pump it. Please kill it. White, black. Reluctant role model. Well, that's going to get out of hand, kind of. I have the Glassworks for it. Question is if I attack here, just kind of sneak 1 point of damage through. Because I'm not blocking. Yeah, I think it is actually worth it. Because I'm not going to block there. And, yeah, 1 point might matter. My next turn I'm going to Glassworks, so... So I guess if they put a flying counter on it and play another creature, it's a bit annoying because the other creature's then going to get flying. Yeah. So now I've kind of got to attack with this Percussionist if I want to keep up the illusion of having something. They might just block with this one though, because okay. Alright, well, I guess they get a flying vigilant surveilling creature, which is pretty good. But I don't think I can let this let this go unchecked. They're also on 2 mana, 2 lands. Obviously, the Surveil is going to help them hit land, so we have to expect they've probably got land on top now. Veteran Survivor. Okay. I think we just need to fire off this Say Its Name now and hope to hit. So I got a Fear of Being Hunted and a Grasping Long Neck, and the other Say Its Name. Well, Fear seems particularly bad right here. So we're just going to pass. So you have to expect that they might have that combat trick. Either the combat trick or okay, it's probably the combat trick if they're attacking with a Survivor. Yeah, right. Still, that was fairly aggressive use of it. Yeah. I think still playing the Horde Caller is just better here. Or is the double spell. So I'll take another hit for 2. Which is kind of like free damage. But I have another 1/1. Yeah, maybe the double spell is actually better here. Let's attack with the... Because it's only 1 less... I don't get a 1/1, but I do get to put a 4/2 on the board. And... obviously the reach is important. Because I'm at 10, I kind of want to shut down these attacks. I'm going to block here. So find a way to get a land or an instant into the yard. Obviously, Scorching Dragonfire would be a great draw. Oh, well, that's also a way to get a land in the graveyard. So we can do this. We can do this at instant speed to kind of psych our opponent out. They'll probably see it coming, but let's play the Horde Caller. Attack with these. Keep the 1/1 back to block. Oh, the Terramorphic Expanse combat trick. We did it. Oof. That's big. All right, now we just attack with everything. Yeah, that is actually a good block. And then I go to 4, and then we just land this thing. You can play 1 more land. I might want to like play a 3-drop and unlock this next turn. Boom, boom, boom. The Terramorphic Expanse combat trick. That was a moment. Black, white, cheap stuff. Yeah, my deck seems pretty good. Like if they actually reanimate a deck, I could see bringing in the Inferno. But they just actually had cheap stuff. Do I have any other cheap blockers to bring in? Because they did have the survival creature. Not really. Like I could bring in a 3-mana 2/2 manifest, but I've got a lot of cheap blockers already. Great. There's the role model. Okay, I was going to say, now do I attack with my Wicker Folk? So the way I get punished by not playing Scorching Dragonfire here is... Because I could play Wicker Folk and attack. They probably won't block. They attack back. It's if they keep the +2/+2 combat trick up. Which I think I can probably play around. It's a bit risk. It's like a higher risk but higher reward, this play. Because the Scorching Dragonfire exiles, so like this, when it dies, that's okay. So if they play a 2-drop here and keep up a white, which they did. But they didn't have... Okay, they had no pause. So I think I'll still attack here. Yeah, okay, they don't have it. Bit of damage, and then Scorching Dragonfire this. Unless they've done amazing things with their stops, and I didn't read it. Then I get to play Spineseeker Centipede, go get myself a mountain. Nice, a little bit of value there. Centipede. Go get a mountain. Attacks. I'll just fire off this turn inside out here to be mana efficient. If they block. If they don't block, then I'll save it for my turn. Okay. Spineseeker Centipede actually has been really good in my deck. Even without the fixing. Okay. I get the Surveil. Do I care more about the Vigilance? I think I care more about the Vigilance. I don't really care if they get flying at this point. Block here and then turn it inside out. So, got land, creature, instant. So if I do this, I will hit Delirium. Unless I pick something out that doesn't. I could also just play the Horde Caller, which is just a nice attack. Because they block there, they take 6. They go to 5. Yeah, and then I can say its name to get the Wicker Folk back. No Terramorphic Expanse trick this time. Got another cheerleader. Well, if they have the White Wrath, that'd be okay. Oh no. What do they take here? Maybe Say Its Name? Say Its Name has also been quite impressive in this deck. Sorcery just gets your creatures back, enables Delirium. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the one card I wouldn't have gotten rid of, but at least it tells us a bit about their hand, means they don't have much interaction. What do they get back here? The phone? The phone returns. So I think I just get the Wicker Folk here. Two, three. Yeah, perfect. Wicker Folk, and then I can play this and play this and just jam. I haven't worked out, but it feels like lethal. You block that. You block that on 2. You take 2, 4, 5. Yeah, it's lethal. Just. Oh no, 6. I've got a little monkey attacking as well. We'll just do the good games. The preemptive GGs. Yeah, deck is crushing. Haven't had any mana screw or flood situations yet, so that's why we've been running pretty hot. Then again, the 2 dual lands and the Terramorphic Expanse do really help. We would like to play first. Well, yeah. So I got to imagine if I put this, I think I just keep this hand, because if I put it back, imagine this hand with like this. Imagine this is a Mulder 6. I just keep it anyway, so may as well keep the extra land. It's very land heavy. Obviously, both of these are pseudo lands as well. I just got to play on 3, and like technically, I can now cast this Branch Snapper. Black. Okay. This is too many lands now. do 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 do. Do, 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 do. So definitely going to be on the back foot this game. Fairly aggressive. So drawing a non-land here is kind of key. They also seem to be on mono black. All right, well, guess we've got no plays for 2 more turns at this point. Which is another 9 damage. Okay. We've drawn 4 lands. 4 lands. Mono black over here. Okay. They're just binning cards they don't want to draw. Yeah, I think another land is GG. If we get a spell, depends on the spell, of course. Well, that's probably GG. I wonder if they are actually just mono black. I'm going to draw a spell here, of course, so that it's going to be like a 1-drop. Because the problem is now we play this, they kill it. We take another 6, we get a 2, and then we play another creature and they kill it, and we're dead. So, look, I needed not to draw 5 lands. At least we get to see their deck. Yeah, alright. Well, like, our odds of winning this game are so low that I think we just have to shoot for the upside of, like, maybe they don't have a removal spell, which they, like, basically 100% do. But if they don't, then this is the way we get back into it. At least we got to see a lot of their deck. Alright. So we go to 2. Maybe they just have like a winter's intervention or something. Oh, excellent. I've got plenty of fodder for you. Say its name. Get the wary watchdog. Play the watchdog. Turn inside out. What do I need at this point? Not that. Can't afford to attack, unfortunately. Still dead to removal spell. Cool. Mono black. Seem to be filled with okay cards. I mean, they might have like the big demon. A 6/6 that draws a bunch of cards. Is that worth bringing? Is a speculative demon worth bringing in the Impossible Inferno for? Probably not. Like, it doesn't have lifelink or anything. Okay. Well, that hand didn't work out, but we also drew 6 lands in a row, so 6 lands in a row and on top of a 4-land hand. We would still like to play first. All right. What costs 1 black that they could possibly play? Do not know. Sacrifice? There's some weird stuff. All right, we'll play the Friendly Teddy then for mana efficiency. Is something at cycles or... Oh, bear trap. Okay. Well, that's good to know. If there's 1 mana up, could be a bear trap. Look, it's a bear! The Clockwork Percussionist does block this Cynical Loner very well. In which case I'd have to say its name first. Yeah, it enables an attack that way. Because I want to bear trap my Clockwork Percussionist and be my guest. So I've got 2 more Spineseeker Centipedes. So I'm going to have sorcery instant. Sorry, I'm going to have sorcery creature land. I still think it's just a Spineseeker Centipede. And then if either of these artifacts die, then I have Delirium. Oh, they're doing it. It's a shame I kind of have to play that now. Oh well. Okay, they might actually have something to reanimate. We played until end of turn. All right, so we'll deal the 4 to the loner. Play our land for the turn. Smack with the teddy. Terramorphic Expanse in a mono black deck. Get that Delirium up. I think I actually just want to get a land here. Do I attack with the teddy? Yeah, we're definitely attacking with the teddy. See if they want to trade. Okay. I think hitting the land drops is slightly better than playing the Enduring Courage first. I guess we could have that big demon incoming. I still don't think I want to block. No, I just play 2 more centipedes. Hmm. So now if they attack, I probably just take it. Because I have a big backswing here. I don't think there's like a +3 trick, but maybe there is. It's +2 trick. I mean, 2 of the tricks kills me. They go up to 18. They search for any card. That's funny. Yeah, all right, we lose. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Oh well. 2-1. Deck was very good though. 2-1, red, green, delirium. And yeah, those Spine-Taker Centipedes, very impressive. Much better than I would have expected. Because we were turning on delirium pretty reliably. And yeah, look, we got unlucky that last game. Last match was good. That was a fun one. Didn't quite line up our way, but that's how it goes. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this draft, and we'll see you next time.